Every young girl dreams of their perfect wedding day, a celebration of love, joy, and new beginnings. For Samantha Evans, her dream was no different. From a young age, she envisioned the perfect white dress, the fairytale venue, and a life filled with happiness. But Samantha's story took a turn no one could have foreseen, a turn that led to betrayal, violence, and heartbreak. What began as a whirlwind romance turned into a nightmare that shocked an entire nation. Despite their 13-year age gap, Lucas made Samantha feel special, promising her a life filled with adventure and luxury. He showered her with gifts, whispered sweet and convinced her that their love could conquer any obstacle. But not everyone was as enchanted by Lucas as Samantha was. Her friends and family warned her that the relationship seemed too good to be true. Love, especially young love, can be blind. Against everyone's advice, Samantha stayed with Lucas, and as soon as she turned 18, the two eloped. Despite their 13-year age gap, Lucas made Samantha feel special, promising her a life filled with adventure and luxury. He showered her with gifts, whispered sweet nothings, and convinced her that their love could conquer any obstacle. But not everyone was as enchanted by Lucas as Samantha was. From the outside, it looked like a dream come true. They bought a beautiful home in a quiet neighborhood and began planning their future together. But behind the closed doors of their suburban paradise, cracks in their picture-perfect relationship started to appear. March 10, 2022 was a night that would change everything. At 2:45 a.m., Lucas Hayes made a frantic call to emergency services, claiming intruders had broken into their home. When first responders arrived, they were met with a horrifying scene. The house was in disarray, furniture overturned, drawers ransacked, and shattered glass everywhere. In the master bedroom, Samantha was found lifeless, lying on the bed with bruises around her neck. Even their young dog had been killed, its leash used as a weapon. Lucas was discovered in the living room, tied up and barely conscious, his face covered in blood. The initial assumption was clear, a robbery gone horribly wrong. But as investigators began to piece together the events of that night, something about Lucas's story didn't add up. Lucas described the intruders as masked men with foreign accents, claiming they had broken in, tied him up, and demanded cash and jewelry. But detectives quickly noticed several inconsistencies in his story. There were no signs of forced entry. Locks on the doors and windows were intact, and nothing suggested a struggle had taken place where Lucas claimed it did. Even the neighbors reported hearing nothing unusual that night. No screams, no barking from the dog, no sounds of a violent robbery. Then came the digital evidence. Samantha's smartwatch revealed that her heart had stopped hours before Lucas's 911 call. Meanwhile, data from Lucas's own fitness tracker painted an even darker picture. It showed him pacing throughout the house during the time he claimed to have been tied up. As more evidence surfaced, the narrative of a robbery unraveled. Investigators began to suspect that the truth was far more sinister. Confronted with the mounting evidence, Lucas could no longer maintain his story. Under intense questioning, he broke down and confessed to the unthinkable. He had staged the robbery and murdered Samantha in a fit of rage after an argument. The argument started over money. Lucas had been facing severe financial troubles, debts he'd hidden from Samantha. When she discovered the truth and threatened to leave him, he snapped. The argument started over money. Lucas had been facing severe financial troubles, debts he'd hidden from Samantha. When she discovered the truth and threatened to leave him, he snapped. Lucas admitted that he had killed Samantha in a fit of rage, using their dog's leash to strangle her. He then staged the robbery, hoping to cover up his crime and frame it as a home invasion. The $30,000 meant for their dream home renovation became the key to uncovering his lies. Lucas's plan had unraveled. With his confession, justice for Samantha could begin. Lucas Hayes was charged with first-degree murder and sentenced to life in prison. For Samantha's family, the verdict brought a sense of closure, but not an end to their pain. Samantha's story is a tragic reminder of how love can sometimes mask the darkest intentions. Her family now works tirelessly to raise awareness about the warning signs of controlling and abusive relationships, hoping to prevent similar tragedies. Samantha's light was extinguished far too soon. Her story will not be forgotten. Let it serve as a beacon of hope and a call to action for those who may be in dangerous situations. Love should never hurt, and help is always within reach. Support is out there, hotlines, community groups, and advocacy organizations that can help. It's crucial for everyone, regardless of their age or background, to understand the signs of unhealthy relationships and seek assistance before it's too late. Though Samantha's life was tragically cut short, the story has sparked important conversations. It's a painful reminder of the dangers that can lurk behind a seemingly perfect relationship. There is no love in control, no care in violence. Yet so many people, particularly young women, often find themselves in situations where they are manipulated, controlled, and even abused. Sometimes, love can be blinding, and it's easy to ignore the warning signs when you want to believe in the fairy tale ending. But the truth is, love should lift you up, not bring you down. It should encourage your growth, not isolate you from friends and family. If someone makes you feel unsafe or controls your every move, that's not love, that's manipulation. Samantha's family has turned their grief into a powerful message, sharing their daughter's story to help others avoid the same fate. They speak at events, raise awareness on social media, and contribute to organizations dedicated to preventing domestic violence. Through their work, Samantha's family hopes to change the narrative. They want others to understand that no one deserves to live in fear. No one should endure emotional or physical harm under the guise of love. And they want every person who feels trapped or threatened to know that there is always an escape, there is always a way out. Samantha's tragic death has also brought attention to the broader issue of domestic violence in relationships, especially those that begin with an apparent whirlwind romance. What seems like a fairy tale at first can quickly turn into a prison for the victim, and the effects go beyond the person directly involved. Families, friends, and entire communities are affected by such loss. Every person who dies in an abusive relationship leaves behind a broken heart, a family who wonders why they couldn't intervene, and friends who blame themselves for not seeing the warning signs. But the truth is, these tragedies are not inevitable. With education, awareness, and courage, these patterns can be stopped before they escalate. Domestic violence doesn't discriminate. It can affect anyone, regardless of their age, background, or social status. But the more we talk about it, the more we understand it, the easier it becomes for people to recognize unhealthy behaviors early and ask for help. The more stories like Samantha's we share, the more lives we can save. Samantha Evans was more than just a victim. She was a daughter, friend, and a young woman with a bright future ahead of her. She had hopes and dreams, and they were tragically stolen from her. But her story, her light, will continue to shine. It is a testament to the resilience of her family and the strength of all those who fight for a world where love does not harm. The story may be over, but her legacy lives on. Let it inspire you to act, to listen, and to intervene when you see someone in danger. If you or someone you know is in an abusive relationship, remember, help is available, and it's never too late to make the change. Her story may be over, but her legacy lives on. Let it inspire you to act, to listen, and to intervene when you see someone in danger. If you or someone you know is in an abusive relationship, remember, help is available, and it's never too late to make the change. Help is available, and it's never too late to make the change. Thank you for watching. If you were touched by Samantha's story, please like, share, and subscribe to spread awareness. Together, we can help prevent more tragedies and protect the ones we love. Remember, love should never hurt. You are not alone.